Hey guys, it's Al with techmadeezy, and you know, it is summertime and it is hot right now with the feels like temperature of 104 degrees today. Now what would help would be a fan, right? Well, you've got the 18-inch Ego fan, and then you've got this new 10-inch Ego fan. Now these both have misting, which is really helpful. Now obviously the 10-inch is really portable, but the 18-inch actually has wheels and it even has a handle. And in this video I'm going to be doing a comparison on every single feature, and you will be surprised of some of the differences. So why don't we go ahead and check this out? Well, all right. This is what we're going to be covering in this video. Now, we're going to start off making it real easy for you. We're going to cover the main differences because you might be thinking about getting one or the other, and you want to know. Now, we're also going to take a close look at both. We're going to do some demonstrations, and at the end, we'll have detailed specs for both of these and pricing. So it's time for us to go over the main differences, and this is really the important part of the video. You know, if you're thinking about getting the small guy or the big guy, there are really some differences you need to know so you don't regret your purchase. So I'm going to start off with some of the 18-inch differences because there's only a few, but there are a lot more differences with the 10-inch. So the first difference, and it's pretty obvious, is the 18-inch is going to be a 5,000 CFM fan. That's obviously because it's larger. The 10-inch is 1,700 CFM. Now, as far as miles per hour, the 18-inch is a 23.5 mile per hour fan, and the 10-inch is 20 miles per hour. What that means, this is going to definitely move more air and might be better for a larger room. The next difference is the 18-inch is going to have 4 misting nozzles. Right here in the center, the fan blows that mist towards you. The 10-inch has 2, one here and one here. Now another obvious difference, this actually has 6-inch wheels and a telescopic handle. And you can just take this, pull the handle out. Really nice, carry it with you. The battery's here, so the weight's pretty much centered. I like that. And when you're done, just push it down. And, you know, definitely a difference between these two. Now, another thing that really makes a difference, right? Even though this has wheels and a handle, if you need to pick this up, this is 22.9 pounds. That's almost 23 pounds without a battery. And this is 10.4 pounds without a battery. So definitely a lot smaller and a lot lighter depending on your situation. One huge difference between the 10-inch and the 18-inch is you can control the 10-inch with the Ego app. The Ego app is not compatible with the 18-inch. And so what that means is if I am sitting in a corner, I don't want to get up because I'm tired, I had a long day, I can raise the air volume all the way up. I can even do turbo. I can adjust the misting volume. I can adjust the oscillating angle, 60 degree, 120 or 180, right from the app, which is really nice. And if I turn off oscillating, it goes back to the original position, which is nice. I can even schedule a shutdown. If I know I'm tired, I'm going to knock out, I don't want the fan running the whole time, it'll turn itself off after a while. Really nice. Another nice feature on the 10-inch is they designed it so it can sit right on top of a 5-gallon bucket. And you can fill that up with water. You can turn on misting when you want. You can turn it off when you don't need it. And you can use the app to do that. Another difference between the 10-inch and the 18-inch is the 10-inch is IPX4 rated. And the 18-inch doesn't have any rating. I'll put the definition for IPX4 on the screen. Another reason why I like this 10-inch fan is not only can I drop this in a bucket of water, but I can take this off I can connect the hose adapter, and I can connect the hose so I don't have to worry about running out of water. Well, guess what? When the 18-inch came out, there's no adapter. So when you buy this fan, you can only use a bucket. Interesting. Now I know what you're thinking. Will this adapter fit on this? Well, let's try it together. Let's take this off and just see. And if it does, well, guess what? You can go ahead and get yourself a 10-inch. Look at this. It fits. So you can actually connect a hose now to your 18-inch. If you go out and buy yourself a 10-inch, you'll have this one adapter that you can use. It's interesting. I wonder if they sell this adapter, because if they do, then you don't have to buy a second fan if you really prefer the 18-inch. But that's good to know. By the way, these are both weighted. As you can see, there's a ball bearing. So when you drop this in a bucket, or you drop this in a bucket, these actually will stay on the bottom. All right, they're weighted, which is really helpful. So if you're wondering where all the wiring goes, this just wraps around and then it clips into place right there. Now, as far as this adapter is concerned, this actually gets screwed into a hole that's down there. So you just take it, screw it in, and leave it there, and you'll always have it. Now, for the 18-inch, the tube goes down, it clicks into place here, 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 and here. And that's it. And then you go ahead and put them away. There is Sunshine, about 18 months old now. Troublemaker. That's the reason why she's got a cone on, because she's a troublemaker, but we'll take care of her. By the way, I don't know if you saw, but we've got the Ego speaker. I got to tell you, we just did a competition versus JBL, and we did a bunch of videos on this. Initially, when I reviewed this, I said, ouch, it's expensive. But really, it is worth the money. I will put some links in the video description so you can check out some of the videos we did. Let's go ahead and cover model number and cost. After that, we'll do some demonstrations, and at the end, I'll go over the specs. So the 10-inch is FN1000, and it sells for anywhere from $179 to $199. This is tool only. It doesn't sell with a battery and a charger. The 18-inch is FN1800, and this sells for $279 to $309. Again, no battery, no charger, tool only. Let's go ahead and cover CFM. So the 18-inch is 1500 on the lowest setting and 5000 CFM on the highest setting. They don't disclose the lowest setting for the 10-inch, so it's 1700 CFM on the highest setting. Now, as far as fan speeds, they both have 6 speeds, including turbo. Now, as far as being able to adjust the fan itself, more up and down than anything else, the 18-inch is adjustable by 225 degrees, and the 10-inch is adjustable to 120 degrees. Now, as far as oscillating is concerned, you know that the 18-inch fan does not oscillate, but the 10-inch does. And you can do 60 degree, 120 degree, or 180 degree oscillating, which is really nice. Now, as far as the max air speed, the 18-inch is 23.5 miles per hour, and the 10-inch is 20 miles per hour. As far as misting modes, the 18-inch has 2 modes, low or high. The 10-inch offers low, high, and also intermittent, which is kind of nice. So you get 3 with the 10-inch. Misting nozzles, you get 4 misting nozzles with the 18-inch and 2 with the 10-inch. Now, as far as misting water volume, the 18-inch on setting number 1 is 1.2 gallons per hour. Setting number 2, 3 gallons per hour. On the 10-inch, there are 3 settings. High is 1.5 gallons per hour, medium is 1.3 gallons per hour, and low is 0.66 gallons per hour. And the other setting that was disclosed on the 18-inch is they say the cool down area, right, where you're going to look to cool down. On the 18-inch is 540 square feet. It isn't listed for the 10-inch. Now, as far as Ego app compatibility, the 18-inch is not compatible with the Ego app, but the 10-inch is. And we showed you that earlier, by the way, so hopefully you saw that in the beginning of the video. Now, runtime is extremely similar on these two. They say the 18-inch will run up to 60 hours on a 5 amp hour battery on the lowest setting, and the 10-inch will run up to 60 hours with a 5 amp hour battery on the lowest setting. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and show you that both of these fans can fit a 12 amp hour battery. Let's check that out. Let's go ahead and check out the batteries now. Here you can see we have a 2.5 amp hour battery, and here we have a 12 amp hour battery. I mean, really a good difference between these two when you see them, right? I mean, that's a big difference there. But let's go ahead and take this and put it in the 10-inch and see if it fits. All right, it's locked in place, and then let's see if we have any room to spare, and we do. Check that out. There's a little bit of room there to spare when they go up to what? A 14 amp hour battery? Now let's check out the 18-inch. So you open up the door. I like that the door stays open. Take your battery. All right, put it there. Lock it in place. Now, do we have room? Yeah, you actually have more room on this one than you do on the 10-inch. So that's nice. And then when you close this, by the way, you can actually see the battery meter. So if I click that and I only have one bar on this one, you can see it from there, which is nice. Continuing on, let's talk about IP rating. So the 18-inch does not have any IP rating. They just say it has a weather-resistant construction. Now on the right, the 10-inch actually is IPX4. And that simply means it's protected from splashing water. Now as far as weight, the 18-inch is 22.9 pounds or 10.4 kilogram. That's without a battery. The 10-inch is 10.4 pounds or 4.7 kilograms. As far as warranty, the good news is both of these have a 5-year warranty. Time for a quick demo on the 18-inch. You'll see we have the tube already in the back. A little tube. It is weighted. Again, it does have that down there. So it'll stay on the bottom of a bucket with no issue. We're going to show you this in low and high, just so you could see, you know, if the mist goes out further. So we're going to turn the fan on. We're going to leave it on setting number 2, which is low. Now, misting has intermittent and then it has consistent. All right, we're going to use consistent so you can see, you know, how it works. All right, so that's kind of shaking in the bucket, making a little noise. That is on 2, and I don't know, can we see? Let me go this way. We can kind of see that it does go out far. And again, this is adjustable, right? So you can raise this up, you can lower it down. So that's kind of nice to be able to do that. It does go far, considering we're only on 2, and this thing's really going 7-8 feet away from what I can see. Let me turn this up now to high and see if the fan contributes to how far it can go. So we're going to put this on 6. It's kind of the same. It's kind of the same. So a little noise with the bucket. Does a nice job. You cannot control it. Obviously, there's no app. And don't forget, you can't connect this to a hose because it doesn't come with the adapter. And we showed you the adapter earlier that comes with the 10-inch. It actually works for this. So take a look at that part when you get a chance. Let's check out the 10-inch now. So here is the 10-inch. And I'm currently using the app. I'm going to basically bring the the airspeed up to 5. I'll turn on oscillating to 60 degrees and the misting volume, you can do low, medium, or high. So really, really nice feature, in all honesty. Right now the misting is on medium. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the oscillating angle for a minute, and we can take a side view here. I'll put it on high. So that's now high. So that shoots out pretty far, to be honest with you. So low. It does take a moment to adjust. Medium. It's really hard with the wind blowing for you to see the difference. But I gotta tell you, this is so nice that you can do a 60 degree, right? Just a nice angle, maybe on you and your wife or whatever. You could do the 120, you know, which obviously is gonna go much further, and then you can do 180. So we're gonna put this on 180 for a minute. You can see. So really nice feature, you know. I don't think I'd use the 180. I probably would use the 60 degree or turn off oscillating, depending. You know, we used this at one of my parties recently, and it was nice. People were able to come over and cool off. And again, all your controls are on the unit, right? So I'm going to turn off oscillating, and it automatically goes to the straight position. But all your controls, like I showed you earlier, are on the unit, and you can actually control everything on the app. Love it. So I have to tell you, the 10-inch is a favorite of mine for sure. But nothing beats the air volume of the 18-inch. I mean, this thing is going to cool you off a lot quicker because of the air volume. Now, don't forget, I'm going to put a link in the video description if you want to get this hose adapter, because you can use this with the 18-inch. All right, guys? All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching our video. I sure hope you found it helpful. And if you did, give us a thumbs up. We'd appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and put our social media up on top if you want to follow us. And you'll be able to subscribe to our channel by clicking this round TechMadeezy logo. Guys, thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.